Hi gang, welcome back to the Honorary Latina. Today I'm a little bit dressed up. It's a Republican women's group that I'm going to be attending, and I am wearing my first BB dress, but I didn't buy it new, I bought it used, so it's a few sizes too small. As you can see, I'm sausaged into it, but I think BB stands for boobs. BB. Boobies, but it does. It just puts the emphasis on that area, you know. But I was able to get my zipper up, and that's a good thing. But that's not today's topic. Today's topic is sanctuary cities. The whole entire state of California wants to become one huge sanctuary city. Why don't they just call themselves California Ho, you know, after Mexico? You know, I just think that, whoa, it's bad. It's really bad. I grew up there in California. My dad was military. I lived in Coronado, military town. And back then, we just had our few like Hispanic people that came and cleaned houses and ran me over on my bicycle. No big deal, you know. Go across the border, don't have to pay for anything. But they run teenager girls off their bikes, but you know, because they're late for work, God forbid. But now, you know, it's gotten to the point where they had children, and because of the way the some people interpret the laws. Not everybody, some people, they are now protecting the children and saying that they're citizens and they're actually dual residents or whatever. But long story short, we're supposed to educate them and give them free college under the DREAM Acts and all that other good stuff because they're Latino, but not because they're American. What I don't like is that the federal funding that's supposed to help everybody is going to California, and California is run by a bunch of liberal idiots. Who was the guy that took over for Arnold Schwarzenegger, whatever his name is?
Moonbeam.
Schwarzenegger. Nigger. I don't know how.
Jerry
but anyway, you know the guy that like has the big muscles that like cheats on his wife, that one. Anyway, yeah, and he wasn't any better. I mean, he was supposed to be a Republican, but he was more like a Kennedy. You know, I think he had the influence of the wife there. But long story short, what was that guy's name again? The little troll?
The new one, Jerry Brown.
Jerry Brown. See, he's so irrelevant, I didn't even know his name. So anyway, it's kind of like we have a Brown in we have a Kate Brown in Oregon. So like, what is it with the Brown? Are they any relation? You know, just equally as stupid. No, I'm sorry, Kate, you're very smart. But anyway, when it comes to illegal immigration, these people just really have their heads up their butts. But anyway, they want to make California a sanctuary city. It's no problem, but we don't want to fund it. So what I'm suggesting is what I think Donald Trump needs to do so we can pay for all these disasters is just cut their fucking funding. Cut their funding. I mean, I need to get a potty jar. You know, somebody told me that my potty mouth is not any bueno. So next time we're going to have a jar, and every time I drop the F-bomb, I'm going to have to put $1 in the jar. And that jar is going to fill up real fast.
Oh yeah.
No matter how much Jesus I have in me, I still like just it flows, man. It just flows. But anyway, I'm fired up about the sanctuary cities because we shouldn't be protecting criminal illegal aliens. And what this is going to do is it's just going to make it, you know, they're rewarding illegal immigration by saying that we can't enforce the law up there. So that becomes a problem. I was with Oregonians for Immigration Reform in a really backward state. It's called Oregon. Beautiful country up there, absolutely pretty. But you know, the weather was so bad. I often got, you know, what we have is hurricanes. You know, they called it storms, but anyway, we had hurricanes all the time. Nobody just ever said the H word. We just said storms. But anyway, it would just rain so bad that and flood and rain, and you know, power would go out. And I remember my ex saying that his grandfather had a bunch of cows on some farmland, and the fences would blow down and cows would get loose, and he'd try to round them up, and you know, he looked over at his son one day and he goes, "Laddie, this place is the asshole of creation." And another $1 in the potty jar. But you know, I'm just saying what he said. Anyway, and it was, you know, and but you know that place was a beautiful place. I mean, you know, you had your country boys and your hunters, and you didn't have a whole lot of liberals. They all kind of resided in one area, Portland, you know, which they have their own show now about them, and it is pretty true to life. People do ask about the organic things, if they're happy, you know. That's a whole nother segment. We're not going to talk about how weird Oregonians are, but you know, not Oregonians, Portlanders, just Portlanders. They're very weird. They're their own special breed up there. Anyway, with that said, I vote no on sanctuary cities. We have a fucktard, potty jar, senator here in this area that wants to give make, you know, his area a sanctuary city. Was it Mr. Nilsen? Yeah, total blank-tard. An idiot. Anyway, I don't even think it's worth me even calling him, because you know it's just like one of those things where I used to call people because I thought it would make a difference, you know, like Harry frickin' Reid. I said frick. And
50 cents.
Okay, 50 cents for that one. All right, but you know, I don't do that anymore because I realize how ridiculous it must sound, you know, getting a rant from the Henri Latina. I remember once telling, who's the doctor guy? Ron Paul. Yeah, how do you forget Ron Paul? Anyway, Ron Paul, you know, he was just like such an idiot. I went to a Ron Paul event, and this guy like could not even give a speech that made any sense. He jumped around from place to place and kind of like went like this all the time, and he was this one big conspiracy theory, but he's whacked. And I honestly, I mean, you guys, I know I can be wacky sometimes, but like my thoughts, my process is very sane. He was real disjointed and out there. I think he was smoking some pot that night, because he was really, you know, and then they had this little kid that looked like he was 10 years old, you know, telling us about the benefits of Bitcoin, you know, so that any kind of criminal or Al-Qaeda terrorist could do a bank transaction on the internet and not be discovered by the government, because you know what, we don't want the government in our business. But anyway, Ron Paul's a shady little dude, you know, he's a weasel. And then he had a bunch of illegal immigrants working his campaign, like doing the vendors and stuff like that. And they were like telling me that they were dreamers, and that in order to become a dreamer, that they had to sign up and work for Ron Paul. So I thought that was real shady, Ron Paul, of you. Double finger. No, I'm sorry.
He only
I'm gonna have to put like do I have to put something in the potty jar for the fingers? No. Okay, well anyway.
No, you get to take something out.
Well, we're talking about Ron Paul, but you know, I don't have any faith in his little mini-me son, Ran or whatever.
He sells freeze dryers now.
Ron Paul sells freeze.
He does infomercials for those.
Because the world's coming to the end. I need to call him Mr. Chicken Little. Anyway,
you can freeze dry a chicken too.
Oh, okay, you guys. I'm losing control here. The camera guy is cracking me up. Anyway, you guys, have a great day.